Hello my lovelies, welcome back to this fragrance and luxury channel. Today I've got a signature perfume list video for you. So these are fragrances that would be signature worthy. They've got enough of that signature sort of different smell a little bit, but still super crowd pleasing and perfect for all year round. First up, this gorgeous bottle, so beautiful. It's called Lalique Soleil, and this is the Eau de Parfum version. It's got a beautiful chain here. This is such a beautiful, rich, radiant scent. I've chosen it as a signature scent because it's strong, it lasts, and it also offers enough uniqueness in a scent to be really recognizable to you. And also you can get it at really great prices actually at discounters. So I'll link some of the ones that I use in the description so you're like safe and you're getting the genuine product. And this scent is unusual in the opening. It's very sweet fragrance, but it's got like this vegetal herbal opening that you would expect from a men's fragrance, but then it's also mixed with super fruity, like pretty, very feminine notes. So at first you're like, whoa, this is intriguing. And then it also has got a bit of this lactonicness to it. It's definitely a gourmand scent. It's fresh and fruity, but it's got that uniqueness, that herbal uniqueness, and I think that's what really makes it stand out in my opinion. So if you love really rich and intense scents, think like Guerlain, for example. Those like rich scents that are sweet but also vibrant and fresh and fruity maybe at the same time, then this is very nice and not as known, so it will definitely smell very unique. Next scent that I had to put on this list because I literally recommended it as a signature fragrance to my friend, it is Olympia from Paco Rabanne. I love all the options pretty much. I love the intense versions, the aqua version. I mean, whichever one you choose. This one in particular is the Eau de Parfum. But I love them all. They are just so long lasting, projecting again, and they've got that unique salty note that is just to die for. I remember not being into niche fragrances at all and smelling different designer ones, and this one I remember to this day, when I smelled it I was like, whoa, it's so different, it's so unique. I loved it. So if you're somebody who loves your sweet fragrances but you may be bored of like all the Dior fragrances, all the Chanel fragrances that are just sweet, well, that's an understatement, but you know what I mean. You want something a bit more unique and kind of like whoa, then this is just amazing. It's super vanillic, syrupy, but it's got this unique salty aqua note that makes this fragrance really stand out, and that aqua note smells amazing in the air. It's very distinctive, and I would for sure recommend it as a signature scent, and I did recommend it, and my friend wore it like every day to work. This scent, the next one, is Mandor Cilia from Acqua Di Parma. This scent, together with the peony one, are one of my favorites from the line, and to me this is a guilty pleasure of mine. Man, I haven't worn it in a while now, and man is it good. Just smelling it in the air, this is your cookies and root beer fragrance. I know, how fun. Root beer, you totally get that in this fragrance, and you get this powdery cookies, vanilla sugar, something like that in the air as well. But the weirdest thing is that it's gourmand, but it's super light and fluffy and airy. So it's what I call it is like a perfect gourmand for summertime, because it's never too sickly. It's just this powdered icing vanilla sugar sort of a fragrance. It's so pretty, so captivating. I mean, in the summertime, this is the fragrance that I wear a lot because it's just, it gives me that gourmand fix when it's summery and I can't wear my full-on gourmand fragrances. It's so fun, and it does smell like root beer and cookies. Next up, I've got another freshie for you, but even more of a freshie, and this is just a killer fragrance. It's 40 Knots by Xerjoff. This scent is totally signature worthy because it's aquatic, it's rose, it's super spicy, and it lasts forever. But to me, this fragrance, it's a freshie, but there's many freshies on the market that are like a watery green fragrance or a flowery fragrance. They are all kind of for women. We don't have really impressive fresh fragrances. I think like brands just don't create those really impressive fresh fragrances that last, whereas this lasts and it's super unique. There's this coldness to it, and I totally get why they called it 40 knots, because it feels like you are on a sailing boat and it's really windy and it's cold, but there's this luxury of like being on a boat, being in the middle of the sea and just enjoying the quiet. There's something so interesting about the scent, and at least my husband is like totally obsessed with this fragrance, and he always compliments me whenever I wear this. So yeah, if you want a fragrance like that, if you like the sound of it, then I'll link it down below. Next up is a Guerlain fragrance. It is the Petite Robe Noire. I think it used to be like very popular, but I haven't heard much about it in the recent years, but I still love it. I think the cherry note in that fragrance is absolutely amazing. It's so classy. It's one that like I would wear if I was working in a professional setting, because it's professional, but it still has got this guilty pleasure juiciness that, you know, doesn't make this fragrance too formal. It's, yes, it's classy formal, but it's just also like letting on that this person has got a playful side to it. So I love pretty much all the versions there are of La Petite Robe Noire, but I think it's such a stunning fragrance. And let me know if you've also felt like it kind of, because of Mon Guerlain, it has been pushed like back, and I don't ever see any advertisements for it ever, but I love the line. Next up, we've got vanilla fragrance, but it's a bit different. This is Vanilla Edesia from Electimuss. This scent, it's a very specific vanilla. Don't expect this to be like a Kinder Egg vanilla and that's it. No, this is a Kinder Egg vanilla, but also it's herbal and it's vegetal and it's very strangely beautiful, I would say. It's not your basic vanilla. It's definitely something that you are like, whoa, what is it? It is just a bit more intense. It's very herbal, I would say. It smells like you were cooking like a meal, maybe like with some cumin and coriander, and you took that and then you took all the spices outside and you were like eating a vanilla pudding or something, or vanilla ice cream, and it smells like those two. And in theory it kind of would be a bit odd, but it does blend beautifully and work on the skin really nicely. It's one of those really unique vanillas, and lighter vanillas, I would say powdery light vanillas with this like vegetal herbal spicy note, and it's unique. So definitely this is signature worthy because you won't be smelling like all the vanillas out there. Next up, we've got also a very powerful fragrance. I would choose this one for somebody who loves attention, who loves talking to people, who isn't afraid to smell really strong no matter the situation, and it is Cheeky Smile by Jusbox. This fragrance, man, it's so loud, so strong, and I love it. It's such a powerful, sexy fragrance. My husband always talks about this one, that it's one of the most sexual like fragrances in our collection. It's very like sexy, confident sort of fragrance. It kind of plays on the notes. Like, it's similar in a way to Baccarat Rouge from 540 from MFK, but it's not a dupe. It's one of those fragrances that is drier. It's not as sweet. It's sweet still, but it's not as sweet as Baccarat Rouge. Definitely not as sweet as Extrait from that line. It's more transparent, much more spicy and woody and strong. And man, it's just a killer sort of a fragrance. And the bottle glows in the dark as a plus, as something different. Next, we've got a Creed fragrance, a recent release, and it is Carmina. And they've also now released another fragrance. They are very fast with their releases now that the company was bought out, so I'm very curious to smell that one. But this is the sort of a fragrance that you just want to wear every single day. I literally had to stop myself from wearing this every single day. It's such a good scent. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Creed women's section, but this is the first fragrance that hit the nail on its head for me. It's rich, it's this black cherry note, it's rose as well, which is really clean but also romantic, but then it's got like some a really lovely like base as well, so it's not just pretty florals. It's got like a very nice coherent DNA that just, it's juicy, it's a bit moody, it's this really pretty rose. It does everything. You can wear it to a date, you can wear it every single day, it lasts a decent amount of time. It's one of those fragrances that it's so easy to wear and totally signature worthy. Now another scent that is killer, and it is this one, Libre Le Parfum. Man, this scent, it's so good. I don't know why it's that good, but even I can't not wear it. This has become fast my most worn Libre, and it's funny because I do prefer like sometimes the eau de toilette or the intense version, like just from smelling, but this, it's just when I wear it I feel invincible. It's one of those fragrances that is just wears so nicely. When you actually wear it, it just does something. And it's the fragrance that I've been told many times that this is like a very attention demanding sort of a scent that everybody compliments the people that they wear. There's like a YSL rep also told me like she wears it every single time she goes out, for example, and she always gets compliments. It has a huge intoxicating trail of fragrance when you wear it, and it's totally signature worthy. If you want just one and done sort of fragrance collection, this would be perfect. It's strong, it's good, it's perfect for many occasions. Maybe in the summertime it might be a little bit too heavy, but you could still get away with wearing this in the summer, I think, especially in the UK. Okay, we don't get hot summers. They are tragic. You know what? Every single year here in the UK, I wait for the summer. Every summer, and it never comes. That's it, I was still waiting. Because in Poland, where I used to live, for example, there was like, you knew it was summer every single day pretty much, or most days. It was very hot and very nice, and you could wear shorts and stuff, but here it's kind of, I'm always cold. Another signature scent that is totally worthy to be a signature scent, it is the new C Intense from Armani. I have met many people who made C, the original, their signature scent, and I think for a good reason. They smell great. This is a scent that a teacher could wear, like I could wear, you know, your mum could wear, anybody could wear this scent and smell amazing. This is super crowd pleasing. It's an amazing sweet but also light scent, and it's got this lovely green black currant note that is bitter and nicely gives this fragrance a bit more of this like middle ground and stops it from being sickly. For example, I love the intense version. It's just beautiful. Nearly always in my case, I think it's my favorite, like are the intense versions of fragrances, because they just make them that much more deep, and also the dry down is always better with the intense version for designer fragrances. I don't know why, but it's always better. So if you love like a really lovely vanilla bean sort of a dry down in fragrance, this has got plenty of it. It's an amazing scent, also long lasting, projecting, everything. This new version, it's just as good as the old C Intense and the previous versions as well. So yeah, amazing fragrance. I wholeheartedly recommend it as a signature scent as well. Let me know what is your current signature scent, and if you don't have one, let me know why you don't have one, because I'm also like, should I have signature scent? But it's really hard in my case because I've got so many fragrances, so it's a hard one to navigate. Let me know what you think. I'll link all of the fragrances and any samples for them that I have in the description below this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!